well, we're going to continue our journey. This is our guidebook for our journey, and we're on Sutra 140. We're getting close to the end of book 1. In fact, I was reading ahead this morning because I was like, oh, where are we headed with all this? I can't remember. So where we are right now, this is one of my favorite sutras. I think I say that a lot, but it's true. 140 says, gradually, one's mastery and concentration extends from the primal atom to the greatest magnitude. Which, in my studies, kind of says it all. So Anu in Sanskrit is the word for atom. And one of the things that Satchidananda points out here is that even in the days of the Yoga Sutras, they had a concept of the atom, right? Whether or not they had super powerful tools, machines to see that level of material, they had a sense of it. And so the practice says that if you continue with the practice and master it, you'll have an awareness of this. And I think one of the things that has helped me in this kind of understanding is relating it to things that I can work with, as opposed to trying to muscle my way intellectually into experiencing this idea of from the atom to the vastness of all things. And for me, it's my breath. Conveniently, I work with it a lot, but for me, when I work with my breath, there's a visualization of what seems immaterial. Right, so as I breathe in, there's this drawing in of something that's not visible. I can feel it, but I can't see it. So it's sort of the equivalent of the smallest particle. And then when I breathe out, it's reconnecting and it's going out into the ether, which is connected to everything. Right, so breathing in a tiny, tiny particle and breathing back out into its connection to everything else is kind of how I work with this idea of the smallest particle to the vastness of everything. And in reading this morning, I was reminded of just the origin of the word spirit. Breath, inspiration, has the same root word in Latin. And there's this idea that spirit is in everything. And if I think of the vastness as being spirit or being something bigger than me, bigger than the prakriti, the physical version of me, it helps me work with this idea of the smallest thing connected to the vastness. And it happens through the breath. So I'm going to invite us into a breath meditation. Whether or not that concept lands for you, what Patanjali would say is we can't really think our way into this experience. And it's something that happens, I'll call it spontaneously. That might not be the right word, but it happens spontaneously through practice. And so all of the practice is just leading us in that direction, whether or not we practice breath or we practice mantra or we have another technique. All the practices are leading the same place. So I'm going to use breath, and I'm going to cue us into a breath practice this morning. But clearly, use your own practice if you have one that you prefer. So, welcome to all the folks today. I'm going to invite us all to come into a seat, a posture, in uprightness, and an alertness. And then do a physical check-in. I start at my base. Today I'm in a chair, so I've got my feet on the floor, my seat on the chair. Just create the foundation so that it supports you. And then check in with the channel for your breath. So the uprightness of the posture is said to create a clear channel for the practice. Soften about 5%, so there's just a gentle softening into the alertness. Start to notice the breath as it appears in your body. So there might be a subtle movement of expansion as you breathe in. In my meditation, I feel it as a softening more than a contracting when I breathe out. I visualize the breath coming in through my nostrils, expanding into my body, and then releasing back out into the space around me. Noticing the larger kind of gross experience of the breath, expansion of your ribs, visualize the oxygen in the breath expanding beyond your lungs into your circulatory system. Visualize the breath moving through your circulatory system, all the way to the periphery, to your fingers, your toes, the top of your head. And maybe there's a visual quality. For me, there's a light. So like a sparkle almost. When the breath leaves, that same light flowing back out and mixing with the air around me. Eventually mixing into the air around me and becoming part of that ether. When I'm in a room with another being, I have this visual of my breath connecting to theirs, mixing. Even here online, the possibility of our breath mixing is there. For those of you who might have animals in your space, consider the connection between your breath and theirs. that sense of the energy that is the breath, the vibration. If you're in a space with plants, or will be later, consider how your breath connects you to the plants. Even the food we eat interacts with our breath, our body. What it takes to bring that food to us, all the people, all the resources. Consider that connection. Feel into the interconnection. Inter-R. Take in a bigger, fuller breath. Do that again. Nice, big, connected breath. When you're ready, open your eyes. Hello, friends. I feel you. Any comments or questions or insights? Yeah, Robert. Is that a goodbye or a please let me say something?
That's so please let me say something. So as we were talking about this, I was thinking about a discussion I heard from Alan Watts. And he was saying that we as beings believe we are separate from the planet. And he's saying that basically we are a symptom of the planet, just like an apple is a symptom of a tree. So that's when we started talking about this, that's the first thing that popped in my head, is that we are connected to the planet. We're connected to each other all in that little way.
Yeah, and our connection is tenuous when we do things that aren't healthy for ourselves or the planet. Yeah. Part of my inspiration for this meditation is the Thich Nhat Hanh meditation, where he invites us to just notice the tree and the leaves on the tree. They're respiring. Mary, you know that as a biologist, right? I mean, they're breathing, and it's the same air. We breathe out, they breathe in. They breathe out, we breathe in. Jessica, I was watching your square. You have the animals and the plants all around you. Right there in the room. Yeah, and I was noticing that she calmed down once we started. And same thing for you, Natalka, with your kitty. Like, once we started and we got into that feeling of being connected, the animals feel it too. Especially if we practice with them a lot. All right, well, I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Have a good day too. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Kate.
You're welcome. My pleasure.